What's up guys, Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and in this video we are checking out the Rough Country Soft Tri-Fold tonneau cover fitting all 2019 and newer Ram 1500s without the Ram box or the multi-function tailgate. Now this cover will be a great choice for the Ram owner who is looking for a very easy and very affordable way to cover up the bed area, whether they're not a fan of the open bed appearance or frequently carrying items that you want covered from the elements. Now, while this does provide overhead protection to the bed and some security, I do want to note that this cover will not have a super tough shell like a hardcover. It is soft, so it's not going to be knife proof. So if high security is something that's not high up on your priority list, this is going to fit perfectly into your build. It's also going to be a lightweight option that's very easy to handle if you have a lift on your Ram and need a cover that's very easy to flip, or you're constantly carrying larger items that require you to run the cover open. This cover will benefit the back of your Ram in multiple different ways. Now, first being the seamless look of the vinyl that will add a smooth and finished appearance to the back and have a taut fit thanks to the supporting frame rails underneath. Now, another feature is protection that this offers, easily covering up all the items in your bed, keeping them safe from weather no matter how harsh and curious eyes walking by, in addition to having a lockable construction. So when you close the tailgate and it's locked, you won't be able to get into the bed from this cover. Now, the last big benefit here is the improved aerodynamics, which is one of the features that's sometimes overlooked, but with the bed covered, the drag of your truck will be reduced, alleviating some MPG. This tonneau cover consists of a couple different materials. On top, you are getting a weather-resistant vinyl material, and it is supported underneath with aluminum frame rails, giving the vinyl some structure to keep a tighter appearance and reduce any puddling on the top of the cover. Now, you can't see it on the table here, but on the inside, this is going to have 4 heavy-duty clamps, 2 towards the bulkhead that will stay in place and 2 towards the tailgate with a thick plastic handle. Now, the tailgate clamps will be your point of access for releasing the cover, being very no frill, simple to use, and foolproof, honestly. Now, once you unhook those, you can easily fold the cover back onto itself, as you see here, and you can strap it down with the adjustable buckles and straps. So you can run this open, or with how easy it is to put on and take off, you can remove it if you need access to your full bed. This is about $275, making this a very affordable cover. Now, compared to other choices, this keeps its budget-friendly nature thanks to the no-frill design. It's fully assembled and installed without the use of rails, and simply is just going to be a salt cover that doesn't provide the top-tier security that a hard cover would. Now, I think those features work in this cover's favor, especially if you don't need or want any more security than the lockable function. You just want an easy cover to work with that doesn't require a bunch of components, and you want a cover that's going to save you a few bucks while still having some great quality and a stylish look. This is going to be right up your alley. Install will be a simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Honestly, what you see here is what you get. There is a foam piece for the bulkhead just to make sure that the paint on your bed is protected, and the knobs to tighten down the clamps, but otherwise that is it. So it's only going to take you about 20 minutes. It's going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. However, at this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on our Ram here, so you can get this under your Ram at home. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you'll just need a cutting tool. All right, today we're going to be installing a tonneau cover on our Ram, so let's get started. All right, first thing we need to do is we need to put our gasket down on the front of our bed because it's a little bit lower than the side rails. So we're going to start by peeling our double-sided tape and then working our way across and then cutting off the excess. All right, now we're just gonna get our tonneau cover into place. When we're laying it down on our bed, just make sure it is centered. Then we also have this front seal. Just make sure that goes over the front of the bed. All right, now we have our 2 mounts in the front of the bed. So there's a stud that is going to flip down, You'll see it here. We have our bracket, which will slide on first, which latches onto the bed. Our spacer, and then our handle. Just push that up under the bed and tighten your handle down. All right, once you get that secured, you can do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're gonna come to our back latch. This is our securing / opening latch. So we're gonna have here, we're gonna have a threaded rod that you spin this on. You're gonna spin it to where you need to adjust it. Actually gonna fold it up to slide it under the bed, and then fold it down to secure it. All right, now once you have that secured, you can do the same thing on the other side. All right, and that wraps up our install of our Rough Country soft tri-fold tonneau cover for our 2019 and newer Ram 1500 without a Ram box and multi-function tailgate. And remember, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.